This customer ordered a Buzz Lightyear and Woody themed cake for her son's second birthday. I was so excited when she placed her order because I did make her son's first birthday cake last year. It was Finding Nemo theme and she went all out with the party decor. So I started out with a white buttercream base and I made some light blue fondant to cover the board. I then cut out several clouds and placed them all over the blue. The bottom tier will be Buzz Lightyear, so I print out this Space Ranger logo on an edible sugar sheet and place it towards the top. I colored some of my fondant this beautiful lime green color. Once I rolled it out, I used an X-Acto knife to cut out the shape. I placed it next to that Space Ranger logo and I cut out a second one but in reverse and placed it on the other side. Next, I add this Lightyear sticker that goes on Buzz's suit and I add it right over that green. I cut out a red fondant circle using a piping tip and placed it towards the right side. And on the left side, I sculpted these little oval-shaped buttons in red, green, and purple fondant. After adding those, Buzz Lightyear is almost done, but I can't forget the wings. I cut up one of my cake boxes into the shape of these wings. I doubled them up and glued them on a stick. And here's what they look like after I decorated them in fondant. I placed one on each side and now I can move on to the top tier. This will be decorated as Woody, so I start out with this yellow buttercream base. I add this blue strip of fondant along the bottom and I even add these little stitching designs along the edges. That will be Woody's jeans, and then I add a brown strip of fondant for the belt. I carefully place 2 more pieces of that blue fondant for the belt loops. And I couldn't forget the buckle. I cut out this oval-shaped fondant and covered in gold luster dust. I thought it would be really cute to add a number 2 since birthday boy is turning 2. Now for Woody's shirt and vest, I rolled out some red fondant super thin and cut out these small strips. I carefully placed those towards the front of that top tier. I added a few of them going up and down and then horizontally. The reason I made them so thin is so when they overlapped, it wouldn't be so thick. Now that those are placed, I made these little white buttons that I added to the front. Next, I place Woody's vest, which are these white fondant pieces. I place one on each side, similar to the green part on Buzz's suit. Next, I roll out some black fondant and using an X-Acto knife, I cut out several of these cow spots. I placed them all over both sides of the vest. I made Woody's sheriff badge by using a star fondant cutter and some little circles and I covered it in gold luster dust. I couldn't forget the trim along Woody's vest, so I brushed on some clear piping gel. I rolled out this thin piece of fondant and I placed one to each side of that vest. I then grabbed a small brush and using black food coloring, I painted these little lines along the trim. The customer specifically requested a cake topper that said to infinity and beyond, so I add this edible topper right to the center and I thought it would be really cute to make a Pixar ball and place it right next to that topper. And now this Buzz Lightyear and Woody cake is all done. Here's what it looks like in my light box, and here's the picture from the customer. I love that she outdid herself once again with the party decoration. I hope you guys like this